Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on Wednesday. It's the 9th of August, 2023. Gonna look at the 9th race from the spot, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racecourses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Remember to join me this weekend for my Colonial Downs Arlington Million preview. Never thought I would say that, but it's going to happen this weekend, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting race. But today's card from Saratoga, originally, every Sunday or Saturday, whenever the Wednesday entries come out, I always print out the card, and so as start some of these races, and then I always do the turf races first. By the way, if I'm doing full card selections, I like looking at turf races first, save dirt race for later, because you need the energy for the turf races. But the reason I'm talking about turf races right now are they're going to be all off today because they've had an incredible amount of rain at Saratoga in the last month, but mainly in the last couple days. So off the turf today. That's why there's no full card selections for me. I think this card is going to get obliterated. There we go. With scratches, so I'm not going to do all that work for scratches, but this ninth race is a good one. It's probably going to stay on the dirt because it's a dirt race. So let's look at the ninth race, which is the Johnstone Mile Handicap. It's going for a purse of $125,000. Race for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, state breds. We have a field of 7 horses going to the main track. The distance of ground is 1,600 meters if you want to go by that, or the distance of ground of 1 mile over the Wilson Mile out of the Wilson Chute. 1,600 meters, 1 mile here in the Johnstone. My top selection, I'm going to go with the number 2 horse here, Sunset Louise. I'm going to go 2-4-6-5 in the superfecta. 2-4-6-5 super. Top selection 2 horse, Sunset Louise. 4-year-old filly by Tonalist. Bruce Levine trains. Luis Saez gets them out. And, they only bought this horse for $60,000 in October 2020. Since then, she's made $300,000, which I don't think is half bad for a state bred. She's been facing Open Company most recently here at the spot. Mile off turf opening weekend on the 16th of July, an op 6-2 claimer. And she won by 5 3/4 lengths. She only had 2 other rivals that day, but she got good position out of the gate, and she kept going. A very good, strong run, coming back with an 81 buyer. Coming here to stakes quality horses again, I'm going to give her a shot. 2 back on the mud at Belmont, mile 16th of June, Ops 50 claimer against Open Company. She won by length that day, and again on the front end, staying some fast fractions. She went away with it. A very good, strong performance there for her. And then at Belmont, 4th of May on the mud, 1 mile on Ops 45 for state breds. Won by 4 1/4 lengths that day. Again, she had the stamina to win on cruise control. Very, very good race. If you take out the Empire Distaff, in her career, she hasn't run half bad at all. The Empire Distaff was her worst race. That came at the mile and 8th at Aqueduct in late October. She finished 8th by 30 1/4 lengths that day. She was very rambunctious, and she just was not comfortable that day. Prior to that, she finished 2nd over the option 45 at Aqueduct late September. Ran over the mile here last year at Saratoga over the Wilson in an allowance race where she won by 5 1/4 lengths, closing up from nowhere. I thought that was a very good, strong performance. She likes this track. She's training well. I'm going to give her a shot on the ticket. I think the 4-horse Buston Bay for Kendra Carmouche and Linda Rice could definitely get a job done. Most recently, opening weekend, a mile and 8th optional 50 against Open Company. The horse, by 1.5 lengths, really took off clear late after a horrible, horrible beginning. Prior to that, won at Belmont on the 1st June in the state bred option 45 by 7 1/4 lengths on the front end, basically geared down that day. And then on the mud in option 45, she placed behind Sunset Louise. Nobody's catching Sunset Louise that day. But another horse come back here since coming to the Linda Rice barn that's been on fire. This horse has really improved a lot. I'm going to use her on the ticket. But to recap my selection for the nights from Saratoga now here on this Wednesday afternoon, it's the Johnstone Mile. Going to take the 2-horse Sunset Louise. Give kudos to the 4-horse Buston Bay. 2-4-6-5 super. 2-4 in your multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.